Hey guys, trying to make videos, but Samsung's new update on their phone is really bad. The phone doesn't autofocus anymore. It's really annoying. I'm not sure what's up with the S22 Ultra, but it doesn't track anymore. But anyway, this is my 1847 Colt Walker from ASM. It was built in 2003, I believe, right when the company went bankrupt. And someone on one of my videos asked me how I fixed the barrel gap, or sorry, the cylinder gap on the gun. Because the problem with this gun when I got it, it was secondhand, was the gap was so large that when you fired it, the hammer would hit the cylinder, but it would push it forward just enough to where there would be not enough pressure or not enough force up against the caps, and the gun wouldn't fire. And it would constantly do this. And you can actually grab the cylinder, just like on all the guns. There is a little bit of a gap in there, but this one had so much of a gap, it was riding like, maybe not that much, but it was riding like that. And in order to fix that, all you have to do is file down the lug on your gun. The lug would be this part right here. And you file that down very, very, very carefully. Not a lot, just a little bit, and make sure it's flat. And then you file down the arbor up here, and you file off the same amount on each side, going very little, very little, very little, checking, and then you do it again, and then you've got to check. So make sure you do it not too much, because what's going to happen if you do it too much is you're going to pull the barrel so close there won't be any gap at all, and then so when you try to cock the hammer, the cylinder will not move. So don't take off too much, just take off a very little at a time, check with the cylinder, and then check it again and just keep repeating. Now the problem with my gun is I had to file so much of it off, the wedge would no longer pull the barrel against the gun. So the wedge would go all the way through and it would not stop. So in order to fix something like that, you need a welder. So I've been welding for many years now, and on my car, because I have an antique car, and I just took my cheap welder. I'm not like a professional welder, but I know how to weld. And I just took my 90 amp flux core welder, and I welded right on the end of the arbor inside. You see how much material I actually added. So right here is where I welded. You just tack weld slowly, tack, 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 because this metal is very soft, and with a flux core welder, it will actually melt it very fast, so be careful when you do that. So anyway, once you do that, you take a file, and you file it down smooth, so you see how it has a smooth back. So that way, the wedge will go inside, and it will pull the gun, it'll have more material on the side of the wedge to pull the barrel closer to the gun. So that's how you do it. You just have to be really careful when you're doing this stuff. I mean, I wasn't worried about damaging the gun. Anything metal you can always replace. So if I took too much off of here, I could always weld it and then file it back down. But for somebody like you guys who may not be comfortable doing this, just be careful when you do it. But that's how you fix it. So if you have a large gap, like the person on my other video was asking, his question was, how do you fix the issue with the wedge going in all the way? Well, you're going to have to add material to the arbor. It's the only way to fix that. So anyway, I hope this video helps you guys to fix some of your guns that have these really large gaps. The guns are not wall hangers. They're not trash. You can fix this. So ever since I did that, this gun has never misfired. It shoots all the time, and I've shot 60 grains out of it. That's all I shoot now is 60 grains, 60 grains, 60 grains, and it's just a monster. So it will take it. So now that being said, I need to figure out if I can get a new cylinder, or how to fix this. Maybe I can add a thin sleeve. I don't know what I'm going to do, but one of these 6 holes on the cylinder is larger than the rest of them. So basically 4, 5, 7 balls I can push down with my finger, and it causes a chain fire next to that cylinder all the time. So unless I put like a wax or something in there to keep that from happening. So But that's for another video. I haven't figured out how to fix that yet. But anyway, hope you guys liked the video, and